Hey, what's going on, guys? Danger here, and welcome back to Danger Games. Today, I'm going to be jumping into Arena and playing some more Brawl. We've recently had the modified Ranked Brawl Queue added to Arena, and I'm just super excited to have it here. So I've been going hard on Brawl recently. So last time I was playing a little bit of a rogue, not so much meta deck. Today, I'm going to be bringing Ketramose, the new Dawn, which is a one colorless, white, and a black for a 4/4 legendary god with menace, lifelink, indestructible. Ketramose can't attack or block unless you have 7 or more cards in exile total from either player, and whenever one or more cards are put into exile from graveyards or the battlefield during my turn, I draw a card and lose life. So what this is essentially just it turns cards like Ghost Vacuum, Relic of Progenitus, Scrabbling Claws into a draw engine, where we're kind of just taking advantage of the fact that we've got this draw engine on a stick that will help us gain life, can win through a lot of combat since indestructible, and yeah. So I've played this deck a decent amount, but I definitely haven't gotten to the point where I've really fine-tuned it yet. So if anybody has any card suggestions or changes to the list that you would suggest, please let me know. But let's jump into some ranked brawl and see how Ketramose holds up in the new queue. All right, game 1 against Mono Red Tanuk. Opponent's going first. I've got a turn 1 Ketramose. That seems pretty good. Let's keep 7, and I think. So what does Tanuk do? Have haste and warp. Okay. Yes, I will definitely do that. Exiling the Mother of Runes. I want to keep the stone available to I guess I didn't think that one through all the way. Let's crack Flooded Strand for a Godless Shrine. Don't have to worry about mana. Let's play Chromox. And let's get rid of Lord Skitter's a nice follow-up. Let's get rid of IOK. I want to be able to play this as a follow-up next turn. But turn 1 Ketramose is pretty good with Deadly Rollick up. Okay. Yeah, we've got all the mana. So I think I'm just going to start by rollicking their threat. Drawing a card. There's nothing in any graveyards. Yeah, I'm still going to play this out and make a rat, nothing to exile. And let's play the Stone of Eric. I mean, aggressive start. I need to get more cards. Ooh, that's pretty good. I did just so happen to draw a Plains, though. Do I let them know that yet? Yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, no need to play around it or play coy. Swing for 4. Yeah, I still have access to all my colors through the Blood Moon. I can pop the Stone of Eric to exile my. I guess I have 2 cards. They'll add 3. If they play a spell this turn, that'd be great. Oh, that is pretty good for me, actually. I think I'll save this for my turn to get an extra draw. Yeah, let's eat my own graveyard, draw some cards. Get Ketramose closer. Davriel's a little awkward here without another black mana, but that is okay. I've got this Lord Skitter going to town, and One Ring to follow it up. And that's going to turn on the Ketramose if they... Is it play? Yeah. They're getting... They have enough mana to cast their commander. Here it is, Speak of the Devil. Let's draw a card with the One Ring. Yeah, I guess let's just go to combat. Attack with all the rats, and oh, Ketramose doesn't have enough in graveyard yet. Or in exile. That is all right. They are going to have a turn with Tanuk to be able to kind of go off. Ooh, that's pretty good. Blow up my planes. And doesn't really matter what else. Uh-oh. Oh boy, they're going to start spiraling here. Oh boy. I guess I'll just... Let's, get rid of the Atali. I'll gain some life. Alright, so I'm not in a great spot here. But I'm not in a terrible spot either. Let's go to combat. And let's follow it up with a Barrogoyf. Creature, land, creature. There's a little bit of anti-synergy between Ketramose and Barrogoyf, with Ketramose wanting to exile things, but Barrogoyf is just strong enough on its own. You know, you're milling cards to then be able to exile to then get Ketramose going. It's kind of a... It's like a weird combo, not combo. Alright, you got it. Who needs lands? So, let's... Let's Thoughtseize. Let's see what they're working with over there. Let's get rid of the obvious threat. And I am going to attack with the Barrogoyf because it does have Death Touch. And I guess I keep Karametra back to block. Yeah, let's just attack with Barrogoyf. They can trade, blow up a land. Palantir is going to be decent over a long term, but they're looking at lethal over the next few turns. And if I can draw a basic of some sort, most of the things in my hand are going to get turned on. Well, that's awkward. Play a land. Yeah, let's attack with the team. And let's see what that last card is. Just a basic, okay. I've got to discard some cards. Let's discard. Even Interrupter's pretty far away. And Davriel. So they are dead on board unless they can find it. They do have another blocker. That is decent for him. That'll buy him a turn. Oh, I think that's game. I didn't think about the unearth there. Yeah, because then the One Ring gets me. Hit me with that. GG's opponent. That was a fun first game. Yeah, I'm still fine-tuning this deck. I feel like it might need a few more... a few more impactful cards that are just very powerful on their own. Like, there's obviously a lot of synergy between the, like, Relics of Progenitus and the Commander, but I think it just needs a few more independently strong cards, like Baragoyf, the Wandering Emperor, cards like that. I will keep this hand. Let's start with Starting Town, and we're going against Mono Green. I think I will value ripping their hand more than getting the protection of Mother of Runes up. Let's get rid of the Pick Your Poison. That's just a efficient piece of removal that would eventually be able to get my One Ring. And let's just go Relic of Progenitus here. If I can draw an untapped land, I can go Ketramose, draw a card immediately. One card in graveyard. No 2-drops yet. Well, no luck on that untapped land, but Mother of Runes is fine. They're going to be able to do something next turn. I think I'm going to... this is going to work out just fine. Because I think what I'm going to do... so let's start by casting the Commander. Let's Deadly Rollick. Oh, didn't work. It's a token. Let's go Prismatic Vista. And I think I'll leave Mother of Runes back in case they have something wonky. I was hoping to draw a card off that token, but that's still pretty good being able to kind of nullify that part of the saga there. Enjoy your Mutavault. Seems good. I am going to fetch now so that I can... I want to fetch before I draw it to thin just a little bit. Next turn I'll have One Ring and Relic. So let's... Let's get rid of the Prismatic Vista. Draw a card. So next turn, they want to play their mutagen man. I'm just trying to figure out if I should leave up Oppo Agent or I think I just slam the One Ring. And I will pop the Relic now just to get the exile count higher. I don't think I need either of those. This will draw me another card. Couple cards. And it's very close to being turned on. Yeah, next turn I'll have Soul Partition or Skyclave to exile something on the board and then turn on Ketramose. Mutagen man for 3. Seems good. You got it. Spending it all now so that I am incentivized to eat that instead of the mutagen man. Okay, let's start by drawing some card, or a card. Vanishing Verse is pretty good, actually. I think I'm just going to fetch this for a swamp. And I think I go Verse and Skyclave. Leave the mutagen Mutable Explorer. And let's Verse the Rising Star. Get that one out of here good. And then let's Skyclave the Commander. Douthie is not a bad draw. I wish I had another mana up to be able to represent Mana Tithe, but we're playing against Mono Green, which maybe isn't giving them enough respect, but I'm feeling like I'm in a decent position. Rampaging Baloths is good. They'll play a land, immediately get a... And there was a fetch land 2, so they get 2 4/4s. Let's draw some cards. Interesting. So... Okay, this is cool. So I'm going to go Static Prison. They're going to fetch in response. I'm going to blow them out with Oppo Agent. Oppo Agent. Get in there. Oh, and it goes to exile too. That's lovely. Let's see, rip the token. Yeah, that's enough to get him to scoop. Yeah, we were spiraling out of control there. Alright, going against Mardu Sagan, Raider Warlord. What's this guy do? The Start Your Engines Alchemy card. the double strike, first strike tribal. I've got a decent amount of removal. I've got strip mine. I will keep this. This looks great. They're on a 3-color deck. Hopefully I can kind of mess them up a little bit with the strip mine. Like if they just go turn 1 mine spike. Okay. What do you take here? Maybe reprieve? Portable hole? Yeah, reprieve. I think I'm going to hold off on the strip mine for now and develop my board with Felia. See what their next land is. Oh, they're going basic. So I think this turn I am going to... So they would be able to play their commander next turn. I think I do just want to strip mine, blow up their dual land, and that'll speed up their engines. I'm gonna pass. I guess I'm going to Journey to Nowhere. That does kind of leave me vulnerable to a larger threat that neither of these cards can pick off. I probably should have done that, sequenced that differently. Done that, then attacked. Kithian, that is totally fine. Alright, so they got all colors. Let's go... Reading cards is tough, man. Let's submit 0. I don't want them to... So they can play their commander this turn if they have another land, which they do. Next turn I'll be able to go Ketramose and Deadly Rollick. Interesting. Let's go Ketramose. Let's Journey to Nowhere, Portable Hole. And let's flicker the... Okay. Got them. I think they're gonna have a hard time with the engine kind of up and rolling there. Even with me missing lands, the Deadly Rollick was going to be a blowout. I had a graveyard. I had a relic to kind of start drawing more and more cards. I'll take it. The reason I like Karametra is that Ketramose is that it is relatively cheap. It has a built-in kind of draw engine that can really let you draw a ton of cards. It is a hard to get rid of, somewhat evasive life-linking threat that can kind of close out the game. So it's kind of a nice finisher / engine for a mid-rangey kind of control-y type game. And I will keep this hand. It's not great, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna start with this so I can the fetch land so I can go get the survey land. Thoughtseize, okay. What are you going for? Probably the Pride, unless you have a removal spell. Ooh, Ooh, got rid of my third land. Interesting. That definitely seems to suggest that they have some removal in hand. I'll ditch the Oppo agent to try to find some more mana, which I did. Let's play the land they know about and play an Ocelot Pride. Could have alternatively played the Hearse to set up for a Ketramose turn, but I think that the Pride can kind of, if it goes unchecked, can kind of just take over the game. Let's see what happens. No responses. That's great for me. Let's play Ketramose. Counterspell. Interesting. Just resolved. Now, that works for me. So I think... So I can... They've got cards in the graveyard. Let's play the Vista and then Lord Skitter. So this will start eating their graveyard as well as developing more pressure. Draw some more cards. Attack with the cat. Up the Beanstalk is a good engine, but I don't know if you really have... This guy, our opponent, really has time for the Beanstalk here. I'm just going to fetch now. I don't need to, but I'm just going to thin a little bit more. They've got multiple cards in their graveyard. So I think I'm just going to hold up Imp's Mischief. No, let's play the Hearse. And they've got 3 cards in hand. I've got a bunch in my graveyard. Let's exile some from my graveyard. I'm going to maintain their graveyard so that Lord Skitter still has things to eat. Swing for 5, hold up removal, and Imp's Mischief. Let's play a land. Pass. And it kind of feels like, unless they have some sort of answer right here, some sort of board wipe, that they are just dead on board. Yeah, because I can march the Beanstalk. That's pretty good. Create a treasure token. Yeah. That keeps Ketramose a little bit further away from attacking. Uro, that is an interesting choice. I feel like you know that you're not going to get to that second part of Uro, but that is alright. I'm just going to get that out of there, get one more card for Ketramose. And I think that this should turn it on, right? Let's go to combat. Let's eat Uro. And let's eat Prismari Command. Draw a card, draw a card. Ooh, the Ooze with Emperor Bones is a bit of a combo. Okay. Yep, that was gonna be game. Alright, going against Selesnya Green-White. turtles. This hand's a little awkward. No white mana. Turn 3 Barrelgoyf. Let's see if we can't do better. I'm going first. Yeah, I'll keep it. And we'll put back the Gemstone Cavern, I guess. Nice. They got their own Gemstone Cavern. Let's go black. Uwat. Nice. What Once Upon a Timein'? My next turn should be pretty good because I'm going to go Prismatic Vista for Plains, Dark Ritual, Ketramose, Mox Amber, playing Unlicensed Hearse, exile a couple things from your graveyard, draw some cards. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty explosive turn 2 here. It's a shame that is untapped. Yeah, let's get the Plains. Go Dark Ritual, Ketramose, Mox Amber, and we'll go Unlicensed Hearse, and we'll eat your Once Upon a Time. Ooh. Got 2 cards in my yard. Galgreeter seems good. Oh, it's on any creature. Nice. Okay. That is definitely some value there. Excuse me. Let's eat my graveyard. I think that should only get me 1 drop, but I will still take it. Let's Portable Hull. And I think let's get rid of the Galgreeters. That's just a little bit too much of a combo with Mikey and Leo there. Did it not give me the... Oh, it did give me the trigger. I drew the stone there. And now I will... I've got 2 mana up. Yeah, we'll pass from there. Pass with Mana Tithe up. I only have 1 green. I guess they have 2 green sources with the Paradise Druid. Is there any way I can blow them out here? I can sack that, go up to 1. Nah, you got it. Get your attacks in. Oh. Counterspell. Alright, that was good enough for him. No one expects the Mana Tithe. Well, that was Ketramose in the Ranked Brawl Queue. If you're enjoying my venture into the new Ranked Brawl environment, please let me know down in the comments below. Liking, commenting, and subscribing are all free ways to help me grow the channel and develop along my YouTuber path. But thanks again for everybody for tuning in. Be sure to stay safe out there, and I'll catch you next time.